Friday the 13th, December 2024. What are we doing tonight? I haven't heard enough about the scary shit, the scary time, the scare, the terror. Can run, but you can't hide. Friday the 13th, December 2024. Where are you gonna be? What are you gonna be doing? You're gonna be eating. You're going tomorrow. You don't know, do you? DRAWDOWNKING. DRAWDOWNKING. Just gonna keep going here as we see and hear things from the night that we never knew existed. We never knew they were there. We never had a feeling of isolation, but yet maybe it was that way the whole time and we did not realize the mysteries that lied ahead. Are we running from the past? Are we moving forward? Have we reached a standstill? Have we looked around? And have we gathered all the data needed? What happens on Friday the 13th, you say? Reputation for bad luck largely originates from religious and cultural beliefs in Christianity. Associated with Last Supper, where Judas, the 13th guest, betrayed Jesus, leading to his crucifixion on a Friday, according to USA Today. Let's read some more shit, shall we? The 13th arrived in the final month of the year, but this one might bring a little extra magic. Magic! With the Geminids meteor shower illuminating the night sky, it's a great opportunity to leave superstition behind and make a wish on a shooting star. Oh, screw a shooting star. Don't break a mirror. Don't walk under a ladder, spilling salt, crossing paths with the black cat, stepping on cracks, carrying a lucky charm, rabbit's feet knocking on wood, they say. Let's get a little scarier, shall we? It was a movie, they say. It was a movie, that's all they say. Let's take a look. You see all this shit here? We're actually afraid of this shit, huh? This girl here, she's really scary. She's scared of the Friday the 13th. The Friday the 13th. You may never wake up again. It will be Saturday the 14th when you do. Friday the 13th, you say? And we look ahead, Friday the 13th. Pearls are often worn by brides in American weddings, but a Mexican bride would not dare wear pearls on her wedding day, do so for the bad luck and tears throughout the marriage. One for you in Poland traveling. Keep your purse off the floor. It's very bad luck. You'll be losing money and go broke. Be very scared yet, looking at this and talking like this with the scary music. Let's see what we can find here. Shall we look through the archives in the gallery? Let's blow up the video here. 10, 20, 30, 50. American author and humorist Mark Twain was allegedly once invited to be the 13th guest at a dinner party. As the story goes, he went to the dinner despite a superstitious friend's warning and reported back it was bad luck. They only had food for 12. On wood, cross your fingers and circle clockwise 7 times. Or defy all superstitions and frigaturiskadipophobia, the fear of Friday the 13th. 13th Club in New York was a group of skeptics who defied superstitions by hosting dinner parties on Friday the 13th. At the first dinner, the 13 members performed such unlucky feats as passing under a ladder. They dined on 13 courses, the first by the light of 13 candles. The devil-may-care group tipped over salt containers on the table, but were forbidden from tossing any of the spilled granules over their shoulders. According to the New York Historical Society, the small club evolved into a national organization that boasted such members Grover Cleveland and Theodore Roosevelt. The 13th is considered an unlucky day in Western superstition. Clear how this superstition originated. Though modern, probably revisionist stories claim that the superstition developed during the Middle Ages linked with Jesus' Last Supper and crucifixion, in which there were 13 individuals present on the 13th of Nisan, Monday, Thursday, the night before his death on Good Friday. Let's link the superstition around the Friday, October the 13th in 1307. On this day, the Pope of the Church in Rome, in conjunction with the King of France, carried out a secret death warrant against the Knights Templar. The Templars were terminated as heretics. Never again to hold the power and riches that they had stewarded for so long. The Grand Master Jacques de Molay was arrested and killed on that Friday the 13th. Historically, 13 has been considered an unstable number. From the time when humans first used numbers to measure things, the number 12 has represented a common cosmic standard. There are 12 months of the year, 12 hours on the clock, 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 apostles, 12 knights of the Round Table, and so on. The number 13 represents disruption to the established order. In some Spanish-speaking cultures, it's actually Tuesday on the 13th that is associated with bad luck. And in others, such as Italy, France, the 17th and not the 13th is the bad luck day. Feel of Friday the 13th called Paraskividocalaphobia or Frigaturiskadilcophobia from the words for Friday, Fria's Day or Frigga's Day, or Triska for the number 13. Interestingly, the 13th day of the month is slightly more likely to be a Friday than any other day of the week, and in some years this can occur 3 times. Modern good luck methods to mitigate a Friday the 13th include get out of bed on the right side, that is, not the left side. This side is guaranteed to make your day luckier according to some superstitions. Your lucky underwear. Get your most trusted lucky charm out. Place it in your pocket and wear it all day. Eliminate house cleaning. Handling a broom's unlucky on this day, as is changing the sheets, flipping the mattress, or doing the laundry. Where does it come from, and why are we so superstitious about the unluckiest day? Today is Friday the 13th, and many people will be nervously watching the skies for sudden lightning strikes or falling anvils. But where does our superstition surrounding this day known as Periskin of Diphtropiopia originate from, and why is there such apprehension surrounding the number 13? Folklorists claim there's no written evidence for the superstition before the 19th century. The date has long been connected to no notorious events in history and religion. According to Catholic belief, one of the most significant events relating to the crucifixion of Jesus Christ took place on Friday the 13th. Geoffrey Chaucer also made reference to the apparent unluckiness of the day, recording in his Canterbury Tales that it was bad luck to start a journey or a project on a Friday. One of the most popularized myths attempting to explain the origin in the Friday the 13th superstition stems from events on Friday 13th, October 1307, when hundreds of Knights Templar were arrested and burnt across France. Myth caught the public's attention after it was used by Dan Brown, among other hysterical fiction writers, and had been peddled endlessly by conspiracy theorists linking the Knights Templar to everything from Freemasonry to the Holy Grail. Lucky 13, the origins of triskaidekaphobia, the fear of the number 13, could be traced back to the 19th century belief that Judas Iscariot sat in the 13th place at Jesus' table at the Last Supper. Along with Jesus, there were 12 disciples at this meal, and Judas has come to represent betrayal and bad luck in Western societies. Even if there is no direct biblical evidence linking Judas to the 13th place at the table, the number of guests at the Last Supper and its significance in the Christian religion could have been enough to cement the idea of 13 as an unlucky number in Western cultures, particularly if this idea was promoted by the superstitious Victorians. Ironically, the superstition of the event may be linked back to an American club that attempted to debunk the superstition surrounding the number 13 and associated bad luck day. 13th Club met on 13 September 1881, a Wednesday, and determined to actively flout any and all established superstitions they knew about. With this in mind, the group of 13 would meet on the 13th of each month, sit 13 to a table, break mirrors, spill salt with abandon, and walk under ladders, all while carefully recording how many members died. Over the years, the group grew to roughly 400 members, including a number of U.S. presidents, but the group's notoriously just added to the date's significance in the public psyche. In 1907, eccentric stockbroker Thomas Lawson published a book called Friday the 13th. Detailed an evil business attempts to crash the stock market on the unluckiest day of the year. The book was a sellout, and in 1916 made into a feature-length film. Finally, the myth acquired the first seal of Hollywood in 1980 when Paramount Pictures released Friday the 13th. Fridays would not be the same again after Jason proceeded to slash his way across the summer camp on U.S. box offices. The statistics of Friday the 13th. There have been various studies released over the years that either prove or disprove the Friday the 13th myth. 1993, a British medical journal study claimed there was a significant increase in incidents on a Friday the 13th, but the author of the study later confessed it was a bit of fun as tradition in the Christmas edition. Meanwhile, Dutch researchers found you were actually less likely to be injured on Friday the 13th. The study hypothesized that people were preventively more careful on the day as a result of the superstition. Turns out, paraskevidicotropia is mostly an American English fear. Italians previously used to be far more concerned about Friday the 17th. Although with the Americanization of the country, this has largely shifted to 13th for younger generations. In Spanish-speaking countries, it is Tuesdays and not Fridays that hold superstitious omens. The belief is also held by the Greeks, who consider Tuesdays as dominated by the influence of Ares, the god of war. The god of war. Are you ready to face your fears? Friday the 13th. In a major way. You ready? Oh, look at that. Are you ready for what your future lies ahead? Are you ready for the mysteries that have been unraveled in your head? Do you know where you're going? Do you know where you've been? Are we going to save this image without paying for it? The answer is most gratefully yes. We are going to screenshot this image and we are going to save it. We're going to save it till it hurts. We're going to save it till we puke. Red puke. Maybe it's from the red liquor I've been drinking. Maybe it's from the red liquor I've been drinking. Maybe it's the food I ate earlier. I don't know. Maybe it's blood. I'm puking it. Down she goes. And as she'll stop, nobody knows. Not even the smallest sense of reality can save you on this Friday the 13th from being chilled to your core as a human, as a presence on this planet and this solar system. This Friday the 13th may chill you to the bone. Stories going around, stories all over. Scary things, just like this right here. This is scary. You're scared shitless listening to this. I understand. You soiled your underwear. You have soiled your britches. You have shot yourself again. You thought it was a fart. Then you thought it was a shart. Then it was just pure shit. Hitting your britches again. Look. Born on a Friday, December 13th, 1813, from which come all of my misfortunes. The character in the 1834 play Les Finesses des Griboles. Early documented reference in English occurs in H.S. Edwards' biography of Gioacchino Rossini, who died on Friday the 13th of November 1868. Rossini was surrounded by the last by admiring friends, and if it be true that so many Italians, he regarded Fridays as an unlucky day and 13 as an unlucky number, it's remarkable that on Friday the 13th of November he passed away. Possible publication, 1907 T.W. Lawson's popular novel, contributed popularizing superstition. The unscrupulous broker again takes advantage to create a Wall Street panic. Wall Street panic. The panic. So real, the panic. I am so afraid. Stress Management Center and Phobia Institute. Most fair day and date in history. Some people so paralyzed by fear they avoid their normal routines in doing business, taking flights, or even getting out of bed, or kissing supermodels, among other things. It's been estimated that U.S. 800 to 900 million lost in business on this day. Despite this, representatives for Delta and Continental stated the airlines do not suffer from any noticeable drop in travel on those Fridays. Finland, a consortium of governmental and non-governmental organizations led by the Ministry of Social Affairs and Health, promotes the National Accident Day, Kansallinen Tapaturmapäivä, to raise awareness about automotive safety, which always falls on a Friday the 13th. It's coordinated by the Finnish Red Cross and has been held since 1995. Study about Scanlon in Singleton attracted attention from popular science literature that concluded that the risk of hospital admission as a result of a transport accident may be increased by as much as 52% on the 13th. The authors clearly state that the numbers of admissions for accidents are too small to allow meaningful analysis. Subsequent studies have disproved any correlation Friday the 13th and the rate of accidents. Dutch Center for Insurance Statistics stated to the contrary that few accidents and reports of fire and theft occur when the 13th of the month falls on a Friday. And on other Fridays, because people are preventively more careful or just stay home. Statistically speaking, driving slightly safer on Friday the 13th, at least in the Netherlands in the last 2 years. Dutch insurers received reports of an average of 7,800 traffic accidents. ...400-year Gregorian solar cycle contains 146,097 days with 97 leaps, or exactly 20,871 weeks. Each cycle contains the same pattern of days of the week, and therefore the same pattern of Fridays there on the 13th. The 13th day of the month is very slightly more likely to be a Friday than any other day of the week. Any month that starts on a Sunday contains a Friday the 13th, and there's at least one Friday the 13th in every calendar year. The month with the Friday the 13th determined by the Dominical letter G, F, GF, etc. over the year. Years which begin on the same day of the week and are the same type will have a Friday the 13th in the same months. Sequence given here for 1900 to 2099 follows a 28-year cycle from March the 1st, 1900 to February 28th, 2100. A G D D C D E D G A G B C B E F E G A G C D C F G F A B A D E D F G F. Oh, there's always at least one Friday the 13th for a calendar year. It can be as long as 14 months between two Friday the 13th. The longest period that occurs with a Friday the 13th is 14 months, either from July to September, the following year being a common year starting on Tuesday, or from August to October, the following year being a leap year starting on Saturday. The shortest period that occurs with a Friday the 13th is just 1 month from February to March in a common year starting on Thursday. The average is a Friday the 13th once every 212.35 days. Friday the 13th occurs with an average frequency of 1.7218 per year, or about 3477 since the year 1 CE. There can be no more than 3 Friday the 13th in a single calendar year, either in February, March, and November in a common year starting on Thursday, or January, April, and July in a leap year starting on Sunday. In the 2000s, there were 3 Friday the 13th in 2009, 2 Friday the 13th, 2001, 2002, 2006, 2007. The 2010s, there were 3 Friday the 13th in 2012 and 2015. The 2 in 2013, 17, 18, and 19. In the 2020s, there were 2 Friday the 13th in 2020 and 2023. Those will be 3 Friday the 13th in 2026 and 2 in 2024 and 2029. The remaining years all have at least 1 Friday the 13th. Are we here yet? Are we there? Where is everyone here on this Friday the 13th? The ancient code of Hammurabi, for example.
Whoa, it's the Capital One Bank guy. That's me. Could we get a...
Orderly omitted a 13th law from its list of legal rules. Now, this is probably a clerical error. Superstitious people sometimes point to this as proof of 13th long-standing negative associations. Triskaidekaphobia. Time to go. It's time to go now. We have covered some things. We have covered some history. We've uncovered some truths and some untruths. We've looked at movies. We've looked at stories. We've looked at biblical figures. We looked at our lives and things for thousands of years. Is it a mystery? Is it true? Are you unlucky? What happened to you on this Friday the 13th, right before Christmas? Is this going to be a great year, or is it going to finish with the unthinkable? Are you ready to face the scariest day of the year going into midnight? Friday, the 13th. We're getting ready to leave this Mesopotamical law text and a folklore explanation paraphrased by Donald Dassey. It seems likely that someone combined the story with 13 and the 13th guest then seems older than it is. Creative. It's hard to determine the ideas of unlucky 13 combined in belief that Friday is unlucky. Metafolklore is an answer. Search the web, you'll find lots of sites. This theory is popularized and shit like that. You saw all kinds of things and folks. Knights Templar, superstition, things of belief, things of disbelief. What do you believe? What do I believe? What does Metafolklore believe? The Knights Templar, Dan Brown, and the Da Vinci Code? Friday the 13th, I'd wager the belief in bad luck will always be with us. Or at least I'd wager there will always be some people who believe that other people believe in bad luck on Friday the 13th. We're going to conclude this Friday the 13th till the next Friday the 13th comes around. To appreciate you taking the time to check us out, we gotta talk until this song ends. We have a little bit of time to go into another round. I'm glad you're able to join us here on DRAWDOWNKING, and I hope you're able to make the episodes that we stream through the week. We do not hold back. We do not filter. We cuss if we need to cuss. We throw fits. We get pissed off. And we have ideas and we have thoughts and we have registrations and dreams and lives and things, places to be and places to go and people to be with. And where do we go on this occasion? Living in mystery on Friday the 13th. It's something that we look forward together and things that symbolize our brotherhood and sisterhood in this universe. We're able to most effectively look around and take assess on what things are important to us and what things matter to us in this world, unraveling the mystery in this universe, in this great creation we call life. Till next time, the next Friday the 13th comes along. We hope you all are well and peace is well out there. From Team DRAWDOWNKING, we'll be back on the next Friday the 13th.